Let's actually start with the need to talk about sales efficiency. Like what has changed in the last 2 months that every board and every CRO and literally every company is now talking about efficiency in general and sales efficiency in particular. And so the big thing is that obviously the markets have completely changed, right? The public markets have crashed 70 to 80%. And as a result, the late stage private valuations have gotten compressed. As a result, a lot of the companies that raised outsized valuation rounds last year are now overvalued. Mm-hmm. And what that means is now the companies have to grow into those valuations, right? So what they have to do is extend the runway and give themselves enough time to grow into those valuations, right? And in a capital constrained environment, it's hard to go out and raise a new round every 12 months, which had kind of become the culture and the expectation. And a lot of the company CEOs were essentially, you would be buying from the future, you would be borrowing from the future, or you were over leveraged in various parts of the company. You would be taking on use cases or investing in products ahead of investing in business fundamentals, right? So that game has changed. Now it has shifted to, all right, you've got to get to strong business fundamentals. You've got to look deeply within your business. You have to get very disciplined about all your sub-businesses. You have to look at all your departments and all your spend. And essentially, you have to create a path towards efficiency or profitability, depending on the state of the company. There are a lot of metrics that are now certainly more important than before. But essentially, the job of the CEO is to really architect that path, and in doing so, lead with conviction. I think what is most important in this is the role of the CEO, which changes from a master fundraiser to a master operator. So the CEOs, on one hand, they have to deal with boards and the same investors and boards who are encouraging hyper growth and over leveraged growth have completely flipped and are encouraging, in some cases, cuts, layoffs, deep cuts, and so forth. But this is not the time to panic. And this is not the time to look at efficiency in isolation. This is really the time to use the force function of market correction to inspect your business deeply and then identify what is the right path. And maybe the path includes making certain spend cuts or driving efficiency in certain areas, or maybe it does not. But it's not one size fit all. And there's a lot of FUD out there, and a lot of venture investors are actually culpable for driving that. And it has resulted in sort of a interesting relationship between various CEOs and various boards, right? So I think the job of the leader is to really now have conviction more so than anything else. You've got to lead with conviction. You have to believe in your plan. You have to create your plan A. You have to create your plan B. You have to create the path. So it's not just about making certain things efficient or just sales efficient. You've got to look at your business in totality. You have to understand how you're doing relative to market. What is your market position? What's your fundability? What's your runway? Architect that path, and then sell that to the board, to the employees. Your job is to get everyone aligned on that and really lead. And I think that is a narrative that I think is missing in today's conversation. I think the focus is a lot on sort of mathematical efficiency, which is important, and we'll get into that. But it's also about, okay, how do you lead in these uncertain times? Because people's lives are at stake. And so, I think that's at least the way I think about it.